Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic Random Book Review. Now, I think this made it into a haul, but by this time we'll see next year or something. And this one, it was a discard. I think what did they put on here? Withdrawn. So, I guess to make room for new books, the library tosses the old books. And I was kind of surprised when I looked at this. I kind of looked at the side, and it goes something, 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 Second Life. And of course, when I'm thinking that, I'm like, okay, it must be some sort of religious thing about the afterlife or whatever. But I was kind of hoping it was something else, so when I picked it up, it was the unofficial tourist's guide to Second Life, the essential guide to an amazing virtual world with millions of users. And I got this for 50 cents. And I am a happy resident of Second Life, so if you see Blade Strike Spear Song, say hi. But I haven't had a chance to go on lately because I've been doing other stuff. So, every now and again, if you see a little person with giant red pigtails, that's me. So, I know this stuff, so I'm not a newbie. I've been a resident for a few years now, anyways. And, usually, if my birthday sucks or somebody, screws up my plans, I'll, go to, a club and have a party in Second Life, It has come in handy, and I've met some really cool people. And this is kind of like, when did this come out? Oh, copyright 2007, so it's a fairly old book. So I'm pretty sure a lot of the places they mentioned might not even be, online anymore. I mean, I was surprised. The Velvet Manor was the place to go for, like, the nightclub. They'd have great, the place was always packed. Sometimes the Sims would crash. There was so many people. Got busy, couldn't, be on SL, come back, the Velvet was gone. How does that happen? Club Industry was, gone. There's quite a few places that I'm like, these are my favorite places, no. Like, Antique Artistry was one of my favorite places to go. This place was huge. And I like going to Second Life to, like, take nature walks and just sort of wander around and explore and, just have fun by myself, basically. And you could go and look at the different Victorian houses and this, that, and the other thing. And lately it just gets shrunk. Now it's like one sim. So some of these things I've been kind of saving to kind of look into and see if they're still there. And even if you're not a beginner, this is a great book to have. It's done with such a sense of humor too. But it's good. You can tell how old it is by the look of the Sims. Now some of the avatars are so realistic looking. It's like, wow. And they do make the point of, like, a lot of us are attached to our avatar. So there's, I might change my hair or my outfits, but I won't change me. So if you see me wandering, it's me. You know what I mean? So, can't remember. I did have to choose from, like, a list of, like, last names, but I chose my own name, and there's been a few jokes about that. But a lot of times you'll see something resident or whatever. And this goes into pretty good detail of, like, the do's and don'ts of Second Life and the history of how it started. And I was actually I did not know the term Linden came from the street in San Francisco where the company was created Second Life. It's like, oh, now I know what a Linden is. And the different terms that you know. So if, like, I might say, well, boy, this is taking forever to res. It's because you go online, and depending on your internet connection or the level of crap that your computer is, they've managed to kind of speed up the process of your avatar taking shape, but the world around you would be like, it takes forever. So everything is like black and gray. Well, not black, but gray, or just smudge. So you're like, so you're standing there awkwardly, hoping to do something, while all the avatars around you are like, why is she standing there? So I would suggest a fairly decent internet connection and or a good computer with graphic card. And Second Life is free, and there's different I forgot what the heck you call them now. Well, programs that'll run Second Life. What am I running now? I think I'm on Firestorm right now. Yep. And they'll update the different viewers, they call them. And most, if not all of my stuff are freebies, either in-world or on the marketplace. And you can make money in-world. I usually end up going to like dance clubs and random raffle type things. The different rules for the different sections, they go into when you first res your avatar or create your being that you see that represents you. You go to like sort of newbie island that kind of gets you, integrated into the world, and it is a real second life. Where people have sort of kind of forgotten there's a RL as in real life, and if you can picture it done, it can be done in Second Life on all spectrums. Certain places are blocked off for, you have to be 18 or higher, you have to prove that to go certain places, to like adult theme stuff. Most places in SL are kind of like that, but there's residents that kind of like doing, like having kid avatars, like reliving their childhood. I personally don't understand it, but some places are blocked off to them. You have to have an adult avatar to get to these places. Like I said, I just sort of like wandering around, nature walking. Arrow Pines Park is a great place for that. And that place, I don't know if they did it this year. Did they? I don't know if they had the two buildings like they used to, but every year they used to have, no, they didn't this year. It was a 9/11 memorial, and they rebuilt the towers, and you could go up them and, act like a firefighter and all that. It was really, really neat. And then I guess they stopped that because there's an actual 9/11 memorial, exactly how it's, the real life one is now. So that was cool. I can't remember if I got to like, there's like virtual Egypt. You can go to France. You can see the Eiffel Tower. You name it, you can go there. And this book goes to like the different rules, like orientating yourself as a newbie, gives you lists of different places you can go. I didn't realize there were like wars in Second Life where, a group of military people wanted to take over a sim, and the residents that are already there like, stop shooting me, So I'm actually learning quite a few things I didn't really know. And this being a fairly old book, it mentions kind of like religious people. And I guess in the beginning people didn't want, religion in Second Life. But Second Life now, I guess, is just a place where you can find like-minded people. So you can find places, I'm a part of 2 different churches, well, 3 if you count that one, of all, religious aspects, regardless of what you are, Christian, Catholic, pagan, Buddhist, you name it. So, and it's not like they're there on the side of the street, hey, Jesus is awesome, yay, woohoo. You can just go to church, and the ALM is just sort of a little tiny church, kind of out of the way, and you don't know unless you go there, you know what I mean? So it's nothing, things like that aren't in your face. You have to actually go to find them. They don't necessarily find you, if that makes sense. That's why it's a lot, kind of hard to find places to go, because you're not quite sure what to type in, So that's why I'm hoping to find some good stuff here. Club Lightning Strikes. They actually have live bands that kind of do covers of, well, how do I put it this way? They're avatars that look like a band, and like every week or every other day they might have Aerosmith, so the avatars will look like Aerosmith or Avril Lavigne, and they'll perform their music on stage. So you're sitting there sort of in the audience watching them play. So that's another thing I like to do. So if you're interested in Second Life, I did have nothing like this to go by. I'm not even sure how the hell I found out about this. Did my cousin tell me? I almost think Richard told me. And I just sort of wandered in and sort of discovered it on my own. But if you want a general idea and a good starting off point, a very cool book to have. In being a resident for some time, I'm finding this really, really cool. Praise for Second Life. A startlingly lifelike 3D virtual world that's always getting better and better. And is about building things, meeting people, and expressing yourself. Imagine an enormous, breathtaking virtual world to explore, where land can be bought for less than $1 and new construction is limited by your imagination. An online tourist destination where you can shop for virtual designer clothes in a shopping mall above a live volcano. Teleport to an underwater gig by U2 before taking a new friend back to your personal spaceship for virtual coffee or, well, you get the idea. The Unofficial Tourist Guide to Second Life is a fast, fun guidebook that introduces first-time visitors to the endless wonders offered by this exciting and rapidly developing online world. All of Second Life is here, including the essentials, what to wear and how to behave. And you'll find in World that there's, signs that'll say, keep your underwear on type of thing. The people, finding like-minded souls or soulmates. Major destinations, must-see tourist hotspot shops and shows. Shopping and nightlife, which is like 90% of Second Life. A guide to the lively virtual shopping scene and all manner of debauchery. For entrepreneurs, how to buy land or start a Second Life business. So this is just a fun read, especially if you've been in Second Life too, so get the book, find your avatar in Second Life, and find me if I'm on. So thank you for watching. Do remember to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. There's always room for one more at The Strange and Exotic. See you next time. Bye.